Welcome to a Tartarian Truthers Tidbit with me, Casey. So, from now on, when we're up to our eyeballs in research for one of our full length episodes, to tide you over until they're done, we're going to serve you up some bite sized portions, some little tidbits, so to speak, just enough to keep you satisfied in the meantime. And I must say that today's portion is full of mystery and intrigue. Recently, a follower on Instagram by the name of Fifi and me brought to our attention a place called Queensport Aquarium. She said it was worthy of more research, and we had to agree. Queensport Aquarium is considered to be the first amusement park in Queensland. It was located in Brisbane on the lower reaches of the Brisbane River. It operated for approximately 12 years from 1889 to 1901, although the exact closure date for the park is unknown. Visitors could catch a steam ferry from Petrie's Bight, near Customs House, and spend the day or night exploring the 11 acres of landscaped gardens and other delights. According to the very limited information that we could find on Queensport Aquarium, it's said that the park held a variety of marine life in its two-story aquarium, which had 6 fish tanks, each one measuring 13 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 5 feet deep. Some tanks even housed sharks, and a seal pond was also on display. Even though it was called an aquarium, there was far more to be seen there than just sea creatures. Apparently, they also had the finest collection of tigers in captivity, a black Java panther, a cheetah, bears, monkeys, and apes, an extraordinary collection of birds, including emus, parrots, cockatoos, pigeons, doves, English finches, black swans, and a myriad of snakes and reptiles. But besides all these creatures, great and small, this old world wonderland also had fairground rides, which included flying machines, swing boats, donkey rides, a merry-go-round, and a roller coaster, which back then was known as a switchback railway. Other activities included rifle shooting, archery exhibitions, punch and judy shows, minstrel shows, which were basically comedy skits based on racism, and pedestal dancing. It also had a fernery, fountains, a 1,400-seat concert hall and stage, complete with an electric orchestrion machine and an electric organ. This, they say, was used as a venue for concerts, theatre, and opera. It even had the 19th century equivalent of a movie theatre in that of a camera obscura, an optical device that in a darkened space projects pictures onto a screen. There was also a sports field that was mostly used for cricket and picnics. The grounds were illuminated by electric lights, which was handy if you were staying on into the evening to enjoy the fireworks or a moonlight trip on one of the aquarium's 2 steamships, also a popular option for keen tourists. On holidays, such as Easter and Boxing Day, thousands of people flocked to the grounds, so many so that the steam ferries were leaving the company's public wharf every half an hour. And it is said that they even had special visitors come out and perform, including aeronauts in hot air balloons. Now, doesn't this sound like an absolutely incredible place to visit? And I'm sure that over the 12 years that the Queensport Aquarium is said to have been operational, that hundreds of thousands of Brisbanians and other holidaymakers from all around would have enjoyed a day or two in this magnificent location. So it is with great sadness that I must tell you that I have not been entirely truthful with what I've presented you with today. Not a single image that you have seen so far is of the Queensport Aquarium because there aren't any. Why is it, do you think, that there are no images from within this site? Not one photograph or rendering or drawing, no programs or advertisements, no ticket stubs or souvenirs. All I could find was a picture of an advertisement for land near the aquarium that was subdivided and sold as the Queensport Aquarium Estate, and some images of people surveying damage after the 1897 flood, where we can see a billboard for the aquarium in the background. I also found a couple of articles on Trove where it is mentioned, but without any images or very much more information at all, really. And I'm also unable to find any further information on Queensport Aquarium Company Limited, the company said to have owned the park and the steamboats that ferried their guests to and fro. The reason I find this odd is because we have images and a lot of information of other sites that are even older than this one, like the Garden Palace, for example, and Fort Macquarie in Sydney. So why has this fantastical sounding place been almost completely wiped from the history books, especially considering that just south of this area, on the Gold Coast, are multiple modern day theme parks, which makes this area very popular for tourists from all over the world. You would think that they would want to immortalise their pioneering Victorian era first ever theme park in some way, shape, or form, wouldn't you? Or was what was happening at the Queensport Aquarium perhaps a little too advanced in what it was providing for its patrons in that time frame? Would images of it cause people to question how and why on earth these things were in play in the late 19th century? So, you're probably wanting to know what happened to this magical sounding place. So, according to the history books, the aquarium apparently became much less popular by the mid 1890s, and although its demise is not well documented, after receiving minimal damage from two major Brisbane floods, by late in the year of 1897, most of the content and structures were being advertised for sale, including the remaining animals and their house. The pavilion and sports grounds stayed in place, though, and continued to attract large picnic groups for a few more years. But it's said that in 1900, the pavilion was sold, and in 1901, the land was subdivided. Just another piece of Australian history that just doesn't add up.